I'm one of the biggest things that I'm going through right now is I need to change as a person, right? And so every time, we talk about personal development, Christian, and I definitely want to hear some feedback because I'm gonna share my screen real quick. Um,
And
you
Ace,
know,
I want to say one thing about what you just said.
yes, sir.
I can't read a page of these types of books, financial books, leadership books, self-improvement books,
Hmm.
without what?
Gleaning something.
Not
Writing it
learning
down.
something, not writing it down.
Highlighting it, underlining it,
Unshare for a second. I want y'all to get this.
Okay. Okay.
highlighting
Shut
it,
up.
underlining it,
No.
telling somebody about what you read.
No. When I read good stuff and learn good stuff, I cannot express to you the enthusiasm I get for wanting to share it with somebody else. It fills my heart, and I say, wow, that's awesome information. Everybody needs to know this. Like, I can't read a page of these books without picking up the phone and making a phone call or sending a text or sharing what I just learned. Yes, I write it down. Yes, I might make a note of it. Yes, I highlight it. Yes. But no. What I really get from it is, man, everybody needs to know this. And it makes me want to do something with it. What is that?
Share it.
Share it.
Yeah.
I want to share it. I want to have an impact. I want to give somebody else this idea. I want to give somebody else this wisdom. I want to give somebody else this example of what they could do to improve their life.
Not just hearers, but doers of
Right, not just hear it, but share it, Jay. Not just keep it to myself. Oh, I learned it. I'm learning all these things. No. I want to teach all these things that I'm learning.
All right, Ace, let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what, Christian, and you're exactly right. I always tell the team that you have to be able to learn something so that you can learn it, apply it, and then teach it.
That's right.
That's it. Learn
That's
it,
right.
apply it, and teach it. And I'm not the best example of out there, but one thing that I'm really good at is I the only thing I keep here on my TV is the market behind me. That's it. What's the market doing? I like that kind of stuff, but I don't have TVs. I don't have cable. I don't have any of that stuff. I try to, stay away from social media and that kind of stuff. I don't post anything. I just want to get better, man.
Are you sharing something
Unfortunately,
about Michael Jackson on purpose?
no, I'm sharing the wrong screen.
Yeah.
Okay, who's Michael Jackson?
He's not on social media, remember?
He's not social media. Oh, that's desktop too. There we go. Is that better? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes.
so, I was looking at my notes and this is a combination of NLP, but also skill with people. Les Gebelin wrote this book, the art of dealing with people and skill with people. And that little pamphlet, it's that small. If you haven't read that book, I think it's going to connect real quickly with, uh, you know, and how you treat people and how you connect with people. Um, I picked up well, not me, Anita. I picked up another $111,000 check from somebody here in the building. Why? Because I love people. I love connecting with people, and I think there's a couple of things we need to do. And just number one, and Christian, you can hop in because I know this is one of your favorite books. Let me move this part right here. Okay, so talk to people about the most interesting subject is themselves. That's one of the most important things when it comes to, hey, listen, obviously, what do you do? How come, you do what you do? So Christian is a big one on this one. Remove the following words from your vocabulary. I, me, or my, or mine. Okay. Get rid of that stuff. And that's a bad habit that I have myself, that every time I get into an argument or a discussion with my wife, she's always saying it's always about you. It's always about you. So we got to eliminate those words when you're sitting with a client. Um, the other thing is that I think I'm pretty good at is how to skillfully make people feel important. Listening to them, complimenting them when appropriate. Listen, I'll give you a true story. Yesterday, you can see my screen. Um, Anita and we passed out 50 birthday cake pops to every single person in the building. And they're like, well, what is this for? I said, I just wanted to make your day. Hopefully you're having a great day. Have a cake pop on us and Anita. Right. And so just complimenting people when appropriate, right? And really try to make people feel important. Like right now, guys, the statistics that I read when it comes to NLP is like so many kids are suffering from depression and anxiety and things like that is simply because there's no connection. People are not connecting with people. They're not taking an interest in people and their lives. So I think that's absolutely important. And how to skillfully agree with people. Listen, I'm going to tell you something now. Maybe I'm going to piss off some of you guys, but I am an ultra conservative Republican. However, when I grew up, we could skillfully have a conversation with people without getting pissed off and not like, well, I hate you now. Well, I'm
Right.
going to kill you now. That kind of stuff. It's like, it's okay. You have the right to. I have the right to skillfully disagree with you. I had an appointment with someone, a guy named Patrick Silas, right? And I'm taking him on an appointment. I used to go to my appointment with my power blue jacket, red shirt, white shirt, red tie, and I walked in. My hair slicked back, Allison. And when I walked in, this guy literally before I even started the presentation, he actually said, "You must be a Republican." Say, well, what makes you say that? Well, and then he just went on a rant how everybody hated Obama, all this stuff. Like, and then skill with people came into my mind. Okay. And this is what I said, when he said, and I said this, Christian, if I were in your shoes, I probably feel the same way, and I appreciate you sharing that. Now, I didn't agree with him. I skillfully disagree with him. If I were in your shoe, I'm not. But if I were in your shoe, I would absolutely feel probably the same way you feel. However, we're here to talk about Patrick's training. So let's go ahead and talk about that. Let's go ahead and have some fun, right? So to try to naturally agreeable, no one likes to be disagreed with. So don't start arguments, okay? I'm meeting a lady today at 12, and I hate IUL, but for her, she's already invested $10,000, and I'm not going to trash her product. I'm going to skillfully disagree that the investment that she made was not a good one. But how do I do that, right? Without making her feel bad. How to skillfully listen to people. There's a saying that I always have, guys, is that we okay. I'm gonna do what Christian does. We listen to blank, not to blank.
To be understood, not
Listen
to
to you.
understand.
We listen to understand, not to respond.
Hmm.
Right. And so we want to look at a person while they're talking. Look, and it's so hard. I really I think I'm over this whole Zoom world. Okay. But I love sitting in front of people so they can see that I'm intense and I'm looking in their eyes and like, you're important to me. What you're saying is important to me, right? And again, we live in a world right now where nobody's being heard. There's so much outside noise that it's crazy. And then not only that, how to skillfully listen to people is you got to stick with the person's subject. Don't change the subject. If they're struggling with their income, if they're doing all this stuff, you got to stick with the person's subject. Okay. So that's important. How to skillfully, by the way, these are just notes from the book. Okay. How to skillfully influence people. Guys, listen, the biggest people, I'm sorry, the folks that are making a lot of money, they're called influencers. there's a 17-year-old kid, right? When I bought my Mercedes from Euro Motors, my sales guy that he's been with me now for 10 years, every 3 or 4 years I switch it up, right? And uh, he said there was a kid who just bought two G wagons and another, the what do you call that? The whatever, the supercar, right? It was $1 million and he paid cash. And I say, wait, when you say kid, how he was 17 years old. I say, what the hell does he do? He's an influencer, right? So for us, we have to become the biggest influencer in our market, find out what people want, and then work towards helping them get what their goal or target is. Guys, we have to skillfully, right? And this is why I plug in. I tell our guys every morning, I was in the office this morning at 7:30. It's like, I plug into this thing because I want to become a better influence, right? The other thing is, this is a straight line. How to skillfully make up people's mind, right? Give them reasons to say yes to you, right? Have a compelling story, provide clear benefits for your proposal, right? It's like the straight line is like, if you ask the questions, it's impossible. Guys, Christian, would you agree? It's impossible for someone. Bill Wood always says, I'm going to assume two things. Number one, I'm going to assume you're intelligent. And number two, I'm going to assume that you love your family. I never forgot that talk. You're intelligent and you love your family. So if you go and say no to what I just shared with you, guess either you're stupid or you don't love your family. That's that's Bill Whittle, right? So you have to give them a reason for them to say yes, so you can provide clear benefits. Let me tell you why. Now, I love Jordan Belfort. I have his whole system. He goes, Christian, he goes like this. I'm not going to tell you that I'm the best, right? I'm not going to tell you, he goes, what's the word that he uses? He goes, I pride myself, right? He says, I pride myself that every client that takes my advice, they end up winning long-term financially or short-term benefit, right? So he goes, I pride myself. So that's super important. How to skillfully set people's mood, right? Listen, you got to be the leader in your interactions and create an environment. That's the hardest part in our business, guys, is you got to create an environment. You have to like listen, my aunt just passed away this morning, okay, from cancer. She fought it for 20 years, and she came 2 weeks ago, just basically saying her goodbyes to my dad and that kind of stuff. And she passed away this morning. Um, but the environment was, we she was a faithful servant leader of Jesus Christ. So we know she's in a better place. We know she's with the Lord, right? But what we did in my father's house, we set an environment of celebration, celebrating life. Hey, man, most people, what they do is like they hold each other, hug, and cry. I was crying this morning, okay, because she was one of my favorite aunts, okay? And I got a lot of them, right? So when you walk into this environment October 18th, you have to set up the mood like this is going to be the best. Christian, we have more people coming from outside of the state than in state to this event, from Alabama, where else? Michigan,
Georgia.
Georgia. We have four people coming from Georgia, Illinois. They got hotels. I mean, we're excited, right? Because we have to skillfully set the environment when we come to the 18th. But when you sit at the kitchen table, folks, you have to set the mood. You have to be. There's two types of people: thermostat or thermometer, right? A thermometer is somebody that sets. I'm going to set the stage. Right? I'm going to set the stage. I told Christian yesterday, I'm thinking about hiring one of my friends who's a saxophone player. He has a thing. I said, I'll probably pay it out of my own pocket so he can come in. These people that are coming from out of town and stuff like that, we're going to have a little, right? It's setting the mood that this is going to be an incredible environment, right? How
And
to
Ace, let me
skillfully
just challenge the team
go ahead.
for you and your team. That means everybody on this Zoom has a huge responsibility at the event to act and behave how?
Excited,
Enthusiastic.
fired up. Like this is the best thing since sliced bread.
That's right.
I've given my life, Christian, to this business.
That's right.
Okay.
I'd
I've
be a
given my
cheerleader,
life.
baby. The best cheerleader possible, man.
That's right.
Yep.
If we're-
ABC, always be cheerleading, man.
That's right.
Always.
Everybody here has a responsibility to this team to be the best leader, having the best attitude, being best dressed, sharp, enthusiastic, positive, high-fiving everybody, and not thinking about the past or what you didn't do. It's time to, it's this event, the environment, and you're a part of it, and we expect you to be the best you can be.
That's exactly right. And I will go as far as saying, you know, and I've not been the best example, but I would say, you know, I try to always wear a suit jacket, a clean shirt, maybe even a tie. You know, it's like I want these guys that are spending hundreds of dollars, okay, hundreds of dollars to come in, airplane ticket, you know, hotels, all that stuff. I want them to see, man, like, dadgummit, there's something special going on, right? So you have to skillfully set people's mood in the environment. Like when you come to the environment, Jay, when you come to the office, I try to set the mood. I usually have muffins or cookies or orange juice. I'm not saying that's the secret. I just try to set the mood. It's like, man, my coach is taking care of us, right? He's looking out after us. The other thing is, you know, how to praise people. I think this is important, right? Recognition. I know I talked to Jasmine yesterday. Recognition is important, right? So we want to make sure we don't miss anybody, and we say we have something good to say about the people that we are bringing on stage, passing their tests. We had a new guy from Jay's team. Jay had like three or four people pass their tests in September, right? Praise and be grateful when people help you out to do something amazing. Sincerity is the key, man. And thank you so much, man. You didn't have to do this, man. I appreciate you, right? And here's the biggest one: how to skillfully critique people. Critique in private. Make criticism in personal, not an act. Never. I'm sorry, my screen is blocking me. Never on the person, right? So I'm not the best father. Okay, I'm not going to claim that because I have a lot of imperfection. But when I coach my kids, I always, you know, my son is really, really hard on himself. Like super, I'm really hard on myself. There's nothing Christian can say to me that I didn't do 10 times harder. Right. And I said, look, son, look, he made a mistake. Even though they won, they didn't score on him. He just got so down on himself because, and then the next two practices, he screws up the practice. I'm like, but what are you thinking about when you're thinking about? Listen, it's a thought. It's not who you are. It's a thought. Okay. It's the way you're thinking right now that's causing you to, you're still thinking about a game and you're not focusing on the next game, which is yesterday, Wednesday, right? So critique in private, make criticism impersonal. Don't make it about them, man. You screw this up. You should have done this. Like Tiffany. Tiffany's on this call. She's from Michigan. Tiffany, you know, every time she closes a sale, I call her. I mean, she did 3,000. She wrote about 3,200 in premium, but there was all COD. Now, Tiffany's still pretty new. So I said, Tiffany, let me ask you, why did you send those cases COD? Let's talk about it. Well, this person, the company required it. They didn't want to put the payment right away. They wanted to wait a couple of days. And so what I do is, okay, cool. Listen, next time, just call me and I'll walk you through the process to make sure that not only you're doing the right thing, which by the way, you're talking to people, right? You're closing, you're doing the right things. But next time, you know, just come and talk to me. So that way I can walk you through the process. And, you know, so that's critique without really criticizing the person, but just when I talk to my kids, guys, I'm disappointed in your behavior. I never say I'm disappointed in you. I'm disappointed in your behavior. I don't like the way you're acting. I don't like the you know, not being appreciative, and I just don't like that behavior. Okay, so that's important. And here's the big one. You know, again, it's just one of my, I don't have a lot of skills, guys. The most important skill that I think has helped me is I have really good people skills. I really think I do have people skills. Um, but thank people for a specific action and task, include their name. Man, Christian, man, I want to thank you so much. You know, look, I'm going to be honest with you. Christian and I, we had a fallout, years ago. We had a fallout, we didn't talk and stuff like that. But I remember we were in Baltimore and I came up to him and I said, you know what, Christian, I want to apologize for what I said. I'm really sorry, if I hurt you in any way. I remember we were at the Biltmore, and I said, "Look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The Bible says that if you don't forgive your brother or your sister, guess what's going to happen? God's not going to forgive. You got to go repent first with them, and before they forgive you, right? So you got to skillfully thank you, man. Thank you. One of the things that I was always almost about to quit everything at my church is because every time I did something, I do a lot of work for my church, a lot of volunteer work, and I love it. I enjoy it. But when people start criticizing me for what I did not do, is the one that I said to my father, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Here I am doing 99%, but then I forgot to do this one thing. And, I'm being unappreciated. And I literally started crying. I'm like, you know what? You're not appreciating my work. Put somebody else. Put somebody else. And so my father asked for forgiveness. He said, son, you know what? You do so much for the church. I apologize for that. And so the next one here is by applying each of these points, you'll see great success in your interaction. Guys, listen, I have this lady. She just moved out yesterday. Her name is Lisa, and her husband's name Nicholas. And she got a big contract for in-home caregiving. So she has to move her office to Rockville. And she literally came up. Listen, I don't even know their last names, Jay. I don't know their last name, but I treat them so well, and I just like huggle over them. Man, how you doing, man? How's your daughter? Everything's good, awesome. That she came downstairs. She says, she was crying, literally crying, saying, I don't want to leave. I said, well, you got a great contract. What's up? She goes, I'm just going to terribly miss you. I'm like, it's okay. You're just going to be 5 miles down the road. Let's go grab lunch. She goes, you're one of the most generous, nicest people, right? I bring them a sandwich. I bring the secretary sandwiches, right? It's about being thankful with people, right? So I'm already out of time, but I do want to share this one screen with you guys. Okay. Oops. Um, and it's one of the things on NLP that I actually try to practice really, really, really hard is building rapport. Now, most people think, oh, wow, you got a fish. Are you a fisherman? Oh, man, I like fishing. Oh, wow, you like art? Oh, I like art. That's not rapport. Rapport is, in simple terms, is people like themselves. People like themselves. So when you walk into a room, have you ever seen like a couple sitting at a restaurant or cafe sharing a meal or coffee, looking deeply into each other's eyes, laughing, smiling, matching their body language, right? Have you ever been to anywhere where you walk in a room and you instantly connect with somebody? That means you're in rapport. That means you're connecting with them. You're on the same vibrational frequency. Are you with me? And so a lot of the stuff is usually pretty obvious when you see a clear indicator in the rapport. So in other words, there are some indicators. Am I in rapport with this person? Right? When you're sitting with a person at the kitchen table, I literally, guys, Matt, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do this justice. I'm going to share one screen and then I'm done. But when one of the things that I did when it came, can you guys see my yellow guy? Okay, so in NLP, what they teach you is the mind is set up in a certain way. So NLP says when you get about 2 million bits of information coming at you every second, but we have what they call F1 filters, F2 filters, right? Delete, distort, or generalize. So when a piece of information comes into your mind, if it's not important, you're going to delete it. I remember, like it was yesterday, remember the Beltway sniper, Christian? The first person, the first person that was killed was in literally across the yard from your house at the leisure
Right.
World.
Yeah. The chick, crisp and juicy.
Yep. And shot the person right at the bench while they were sitting there.
Right.
And so everybody kept talking about what? Everybody kept talking about what?
White van.
The white van. The white van. Right. So now that information,
1,000 of them.
you didn't delete it. Why? Because it became important.
Yeah.
If it wasn't important, you wouldn't have deleted that information. So delete, or you distort the information. It was never a white van. It was actually a blue car, right? But we kept looking at it in our minds, right? Or we generalize. Oh, there's another person, right? What does it mean? So our eyes, guys, and I'll close with this. Our eyes is the mouse of our computer. And this is facts right here. This is not a joke. Every time, Christian, you want to play a game with somebody, ask somebody a question that's really hard and look at their eyes. So when somebody looks, so it's going to be like this. When somebody look left, up, your left, their right, if you ask them a question, their visual, it's called internal representation. So their internal representation is they process the world by visual. Like I'm a visual person, okay? So visual. Or construct. In other words, hey, do you have life insurance? Really? Okay, with who? And if they go up left, they're lying. It's construct. It's the left side of the right side of the hemisphere. If they look a visual right, is remember. They're trying to remember who was it? And they're looking this way. If they look side to side, auditory construct, and this is important, and I'm going to share with this auditory construct or auditory remember. They hear, they learn by listening. Like for example, I learn more by listening to an audio over and over and over again and taking notes versus me reading. Okay. If they keep looking down, is kinesthetic. If they look down left or they're right, they're kinesthetic. In other words, they trust their gut. Or they're auditory digital. Those guys are like the eyes are glared and they're looking like nowhere, maybe mostly down to your right, their left, is auditory digital. So let me explain why this is important, and I'll close with this. The reason why that's important, if somebody keeps repeating a question, okay? So for example, Pierre, unmute yourself, watch this. Pierre,
Yes, coach.
are you what time did you get off last night?
I didn't get off.
You're still working?
No.
Are you still at work?
Oh no. What do you mean get off last night?
What time did you get off work last night at the hospital?
I didn't work at the hospital.
Where do you work?
I work at a school.
Okay. So normally I know Pierre is an auditory, right? Pierre is an auditory because every time I ask Pierre a question, he repeats the question with a question. Oh, what time did I get off of work? Does that make sense?
I didn't work.
I didn't work last night, right? I told him, Pierre, you look tired,
I'm confused, man. I'm confused.
Okay, Christian. So if someone is a visual person, they're going to say things like, I see what you mean. Right? If somebody's, oh, wow, I see what you mean in terms of bi-term and investor difference. I see what you mean. Boom, 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 boom. Internal representation is visual. So now I got to show them more visuals, right? If somebody says, oh, I hear you. That sounds really good. If they keep saying words like sound, hear, man, that makes sense.
I don't know, man. I'm not feeling it, man. I'm not feeling it.
You're not feeling it? Well, what exactly is it that you're not feeling right now about the business? Right?
Kinesthetic.
Kinesthetic, man. I'm not feeling it. I don't see it. It doesn't it doesn't resonate with me. That's an auditory person. Doesn't resonate with me. So anyway, listen.
Hey, good stuff. Can we continue this next meeting?
Next year. Yeah.
Next meeting. I have two things I want to share. Number one, how to get big. No, number two, how to get big. And that's only one idea. And then number two, what in y'all's opinion, because I know what jumped out at me with all the things Ace just said. What do you think is the most important thing that Ace just taught about right there? Because I know I took a picture of it, I highlighted it, it's on my Telegram. This one idea changed my life. Anybody?
For me,
Being a
active
people's person, listening.
Yeah, active listening.
Okay. I just did this yesterday.
Talking to them about themselves instead of you, and don't use all of that in the beginning part.
It goes back to me. I think about the diagnosis, like diagnose before we prescribe. So we have to really find out who people are and what they want. We have to
Here it
care about.
is, just to save time because it's 10 o'clock. Jay, read this.
How to skillfully influence people. Find out what people want and then work towards helping them reach their goal or target.
Read that again.
How to skillfully
Not
influence
that
people.
part, the answer.
Find out what people want and then work towards helping them reach their goal or target.
In my opinion, that's all you got to do in this business.
That's it.
Yeah.
In my opinion, you want to win here?
Yep.
That's all you need to focus on. Matilda had a lady on the meeting yesterday.
Coach Christian.
I got to talk to her, and she said, I said, so why are you here, Esther? Well, where are you at in your life? What do you want? She says, well, I want a small house and a little bit of land. Go through the meeting. She likes it, blah, blah, blah. And then Matilda sends me this long text back. Well, she has limiting beliefs. She doubts herself. She doesn't believe in her ability to do it. And I just text back, Matilda. What did I text back?
Yeah, it's everybody.
No. What did I text back?
When did that happen?
Yesterday. Because this is how my brain
that's
works.
what you text back, because you talked to it. Did you get that when you talked to it?
What did I text back to Matilda?
I don't know.
This isn't how my brain works.
What did you say?
I said, Matilda, how is she going to get the small house and the land? That's all
Yeah.
I care about.
Yeah.
I don't care about your, I don't hear excuses. All I hear is what you said you wanted.
Yep.
How can I help you get it?
Right.
That's it.
You went back to that at the end.
I went back to what she wanted, Hector.
You did.
Well, what are you talking about limiting belief? What do you know? You haven't even tried. Do you want your small house with a little land,
Or not.
or do you want to remain renting, making your landlord rich? What do you want to do?
I want my house with the land.
There you go. What is your plan to get the house and the land that you said you wanted?
I don't have one. I don't know.
You don't have one.
Yeah.
Do you have one better than what I just presented?
No.
So what does it hurt to try to do this?
I guess you're right. I can try.
Right, that's it. I don't know anything else other than trying to help someone get clear on what they want. And then once they say that, I simply try to what?
Get them to
Help them get it.
Help them
Yeah.
get it. What's
Yeah.
so hard about that? I think that right
Good.
there, that
That's good.
sentence,
Yeah,
if you keep that the focal point of your life,
you'll do well.
will serve you well. Now, how do you get big, Gordon? If a person wants to build a big base shop, what is required?
Big attendance.
Generally speaking. Okay, big attendance. What's required to get big attendance?
A lot of invites, a lot of activity.
That's
Lot of-
exactly right. Help me with the ratio of invites. How do you get big? Who wants to get big? We all want to get big, right? Nobody's here to be small. Okay, so if we all want to get big. And by the way, we had 44 on here today.
Mhm.
Okay, when I came back, it was like 28, and then we had 32, and then 33, and now we're at 44. When are we going to get to 50?
And
When are we
Ryan,
going to get to 55? When are we
Ryan's
going to get to
back there.
60? When are we going to get to 70? You know what I'm saying, Hector? It's time to grow, right? Anybody? We don't want to get any smaller. We want to get
Bigger.
bigger. Okay, how do we get bigger? How do we get bigger, Gordon? What are some ratios that if you want to get big, Gordon, you must first understand and then work? And let's just talk about inviting.
Oh, for inviting to the big event and then
Yeah.
getting.
Well,
Okay.
inviting to the big event, but let's say because let's say we do a Tuesday night. I'm going to do a Monday and a Wednesday at noon. So if somebody had one person show up, or to get one to show up, how many do you have to invite? Or if you got how many to show up, 3 to show up, how many would get involved? I mean, with Mallory.
Well, if you're
with Mallory Tuesday night, you had Mallory.
Yep.
You had who else?
Mallory and Matthew.
Okay, did they get involved?
Matthew is in the business. Mallory is starting.
How did they feel about attending?
They loved it.
Okay, so
Great meeting.
we know that if a person has, what did you say, Ace? If a person is what was it? Loves your family or smart? What was that? Does Ace leave?
Yeah, smart. I'm assuming you're smart.
Intelligent.
Family.
Okay, if they're halfway intelligent
Mm.
and they halfway want to do better, if they see what we do,
And
Gordon,
they
what are
love
they
their
going to
family.
say?
I'm gonna.
Yeah, you can't say no unless you're dumb or you don't love your family. That's what
Okay,
they say.
so
It's true.
so if you had 2 there and 2 said, "Wow, this is good," that lets everybody know that if you have maybe 2 or 3 there, at least 1 or 2 is going to get involved with you, right or right?
Yep.
Okay, so how do you get 1 or 2 or 3 to show up? What is required to get big? Invites. Because if I have invites, enough of them, some are going to get, well, how many do I have to invite to show up? That's also a factor in getting big, right? Activity.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's that? What is that, Ace? Gordon? What are some of the, like, what should I do if I want to get big and I'm in your base shop?
Here's what I would suggest. If you're coming, we got an event coming in, what is it, 2 weeks from now. And in that 2-week period, if you work on and get 15 to 20 invites, depends on what you want to get out of the event. But the more people you have, the more butts and chairs you have, the more people get more things.
All right,
And
let me ask this. Before the invite, because let's say I'm going to do an overview Saturday at 10 a.m.
yeah.
So would it be, well, like maybe we get them to the overview and then get them
Oh,
to the
no
big
question.
event?
Yeah, get them to the overview. Yep.
So I'm going to do an overview on Saturday, every Saturday, 10 a.m. Why?
Because you want to grow.
Because I want to grow. And I think I've had some relative success in sharing this business with people. Some success, not most massive success, but it's worked rather well. True or false?
Yeah, true.
Okay. So if you want to get big, would it make sense to invite someone to Saturday at 10?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So how many are you going to have invited?
Invite 10, get 5 to show.
Okay. And then we're going to do a Monday at noon, and then a Tuesday night, and then a Wednesday.
Yeah.
So it's just, I think the whole concept, I mean, most of you, what I've noticed is, now I don't know, I'm not talking about Ace's team, but most people, Gordon, have a huge weakness in what?
Inviting.
Inviting.
Prospecting, inviting.
Prospecting and inviting. Now, if you don't prospect or invite, how do you get big?
You don't.
All right, so I don't want to hold you up.
Awesome.
Just a thought.
Awesome.
I got a friend, he's expanding his business. He's doing an overview on Zoom. Probably not for you. I know you're probably making enough money. You probably love your job. Do you know anybody that this AI is affecting them and they're going to be losing their job? Do you know anybody Ubering? Because in 5 years, every car is going to drive themselves. They won't be able to do that. Do you know anybody that maybe wants to make more money, unhappy, that is potentially open? You know what I'm saying? Invite.
Talk to somebody.
Talk to somebody. Have some fun. Come along. drive, get a passion, get excited, get rid of the doubts, get rid of the fears, get rid of the past, get excited about a mission, a purpose, your vision, living a dream. Turn yourself on, baby. Are you on? Are you on fire? If somebody was around you, would they say, man, this is a person that's on the move? Or would they say, you're just like everybody else? If people if they don't think you're weird, you are losing.
Mm.
And you make it a great day.
Awesome, man. Thank you guys for your attention.
Right? Thank you for your attention to this matter.
Listen, man, it's all about getting better, man, and just seeking. I have on my board here says, chase excellence today.
Right.
That's it. Chase excellence, man.
Yes, thank you.
People are dying, man. Dead in jobs. They got no savings, no clue, no plan, no coach. And we're in America, the land of the American dream.
And
it's available. It ain't going to happen in the job. You got a chance to have your own business, financial services. But more people make money in this industry. $1 trillion rollover, 124 trillion, 100 million people don't have any insurance. 50% of Americans have nothing saved for retirement, and you're having trouble in the business. It ain't the business.
Mm-hmm.
And you make it a great day. I appreciate you guys so much. We're going to have so much fun. I'm excited about the future. We got something good here. It's right. It's righteous. And we're at the right place. Let's go make something happen. I'm going to be on fire Saturday morning. Have a great day.
Have a great day.
Thank you.